Mandalay by Rudyard Kipling. By the old Moulmein Pagoda, looking eastward to the sea, there's a Burma girl a-settin', and I know she thinks o' me. For the wind is in the palm trees, and the temple bells they say, "Come you back, you British soldier, come you back to Mandalay. Come you back to Mandalay, where the old flotilla lay. Can't you hear their paddles chunkin' from Rangoon to Mandalay? On the road to Mandalay, where the flying fishes play, and the dawn comes up like thunder out of China, across the bay." Her petticoat was yellow, and her little cap was green, and her name was Supialat, just the same as T-Baw's queen. And I seen her first a-smokin' of a whackin' white cheroot, and wastin' Christian kisses on a heathen idol's boot. Bloomin' idol made of mud, what they called the great god Bud. Plucky lot she cared for idols when I kissed her where she stood, on the road to Mandalay. When the mist was on the rice fields and the sun was sinkin' slow, she'd get her little banjo out and sing Kola-lo-lo. With her arm around my shoulder and her cheek against my cheek, we used to watch the steamers and the Hathies pilin' teak. Elephants a-pilin' teak in the sludgy, squudgy creek, where the silence hung so heavy you was half afraid to speak, on the road to Mandalay. But that's all shoved behind me, long ago and far away. And there ain't no buses runnin' from the Strand to Mandalay. And I'm learnin' here in London what the 10-year soldier tells. Once you've heard the East a-callin', you won't never heed naught else. No, you won't heed nothin' else but them spicy garlic smells, and the sunshine, and the palm trees, and those tinkly temple bells, on the road to Mandalay. I'm sick of wastin' leather on these gritty pavin' stones, and that blasted Hinglish mist awakes the fever in my bones. And though I walks with 50 housemaids out of Chelsea to the Strand, they talks a lot of lovin', but what do they understand? Law, what do they understand? Beefy face and grubby hand. I've a neater, sweeter maiden in a cleaner, greener land, on the road to Mandalay. Ship me somewheres east of Suez, where the best is like the worst, where there ain't no 10 commandments, and a man can raise a thirst. For the temple bells are callin', and it's there that I will be, by the old Moulmein Pagoda, lookin' lazy at the sea, on the road to Mandalay, where the flying fishes play, and the dawn comes up like thunder out of China, across the bay. Rudyard Kipling is often criticized these days for his racism and the way that he tends to dismiss a lot of the deeply held beliefs that the people that he wrote about in Asia and Africa held. In this case, he tends to be rather disrespectful, or at least when he puts himself in the mouth of the soldier telling this story, he seems to be disrespectful of the Buddhist religion and more interested in the woman, and in more so than even the woman, he's interested as the woman as the symbol of the land that he misses so much, being back in England. I travel very frequently in Southeast Asia, and I can so identify with that one line, "When you've heard the East a-callin', you won't ever heed naught else." Well, that's a picture of my wife. She actually doesn't live in Burma, although I've been to Burma. She's in the Philippines. Just like any Western male who spends a lot of time in Southeast Asia, inevitably I ended up marrying a local woman. But we haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do, whether I'm going to move there or she's going to come here or whatever. It's all in it's all in a work in progress. I've also been to Sri Lanka, which, if you ask me, is actually part of Southeast Asia, even though geographically it's part of the Indian subcontinent. Cambodia, India, Cambodia as well. I've been all over the world, but Southeast Asia, I think, is a place that has really grabbed a hold of me. My ambition is to spend a year touring around Indonesia, the various parts of Indonesia. I think it'll have to wait till my retirement. I'm 45 and I can take early retirement inside of 10 years without a penalty. And I think I will do just that if the fates allow it. That's my poetry tag. Thank you.